All right, so for our third installment of our breathing talk here, you get to look at my brilliant artwork here, or brilliant work in Microsoft or in PowerPoint. But really, this illustrates what we're looking for as far as physical alignment goes. All right, so we talked a lot about breathing in the first couple days, but if we have a head that's out of alignment or kind of a rib cage that's out of alignment with the head, or a head that's forward, or a pelvis that's tipped back, which I'll demonstrate in a second, our breathing is not going to be optimal because we're not going to be able to produce pressure like we could potentially. So we have these three structures that are kind of stacked together. So when the diaphragm goes up and down, we can produce pressure because the line of gravity goes straight up and down. So that means that from a stability standpoint, I can produce pressure optimally into my pelvis as well as drive pressure up into my cranium, so everything lines up. So this is what we want when we're standing and we're breathing. Okay, so optimal alignment. This is oftentimes what we get though. A thorax, which is out in front of or a rib cage, which is out in front of the pelvis, or a head, which is in front of the thorax, or a pelvis, which is back. But as you can see, in either of these cases, we're not stacked properly, and therefore we can't produce optimal pressure. Okay, and so this might be a situation where we start to get pressure in our back. Okay, it's not necessarily the fact that we have a bad back or we've herniated a disc or whatever. It's the fact that we're out of alignment. Okay, so if we have faulty alignment, it's like a car whose wheels are out of alignment. We start to get fraying when we move, or when we start to race or whatnot. So it's like when we start to exercise, like if I put a barbell in this person's back and we already have like a back that's kind of bowing out this way somewhat, we're not going to be able to utilize the full pressure of gravity straight up and down. My body's not going to be able to deal with the forces of gravity and things we're carrying and the way that we sit nearly as well as this situation where everything is stacked up, so we can kind of produce pressure up and down optimally. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate kind of the idea here with me. So as you can see me here, what I'm thinking about is when I'm standing in and the reason that is because when I'm standing forward, when I stand in my toes, I put all my weight in my toes, and this is an exercise that I want you to practice. Instead of falling forward, which my body wants to do, I'm going to have to arch my back in order to stay upright. Okay, so this arch over time is going to lead to extension-based compression, or what you might feel when you feel like pressure, let's say like your tailbone or your lower back. All right, so then what we want to do, thing one, is shift my weight in my heels. So as an activity, I want you to press your feet into the ground, and it's hard to see me here probably because you can see my torso, but shift your weight back and press your feet into the ground. All right. Kind of dig your heels back so you feel your hamstrings, okay? Or at least put your weight in your heels, all right? That alone is going to help to stack us a little bit. Second, I want you to think about reaching forward and tucking, okay? And what I mean by that is like if I put my fingers here and I drop my ribs down towards my pelvis, I'm kind of pushing my rib cage back a little bit so it's in better alignment with my pelvis as well as my head, okay? And so one of the breathing drills that I like to do to get our body into alignment is just reach forward, get my weight in my heels, push my feet into the ground, and get my hamstrings, reach forward, take a deep breath in, exhale, and then just push forward while tightening my abs and kind of hinging back with my belly here. So it's almost like I'm coming in this like turtle-like posture. One more time. The other thing here is that as I'm doing these things, I'm thinking about keeping my eyes forward as opposed to looking down, because that brings my head forward. But just by knocking out a couple breaths like this, deep breath in, hinge, round out, find hamstrings and abs, it helps to kind of shift our body back into a better position, align us a little bit better, and you'll start to notice almost immediate reduction of pressure on your lower back. So I want you to give that particular drill a try today and kind of just do a self-assessment. Where's your posture in space at any given time? And then how can we use a drill like this to help to put us in better place? So give that a go, and I'll see you on the other side.